Well, in the new movie It, we've seen it follow a familiar pattern with the actual TV series, miniseries, and the book. But from word around the campfire, while they're writing the script for the sequel, which is the second part, we have a bit of a change that they're talking about. As we saw in the first one, they made slight changes, like they gave other characters lines to speak, which definitely plays into how the sequel is going to go. Mike was supposed to deliver the speak, which is the black guy in the town. He's the one that knew the most about Derry because he's lived there all his life. And this new guy coming in the movie, it's the new guy who comes in, who Henry was going to carve his name into his cheese. He's the guy that ends up talking about everything he knows about Derry. Why? Because he believes, and rightfully so, he believes that he believes that okay, can I talk now? He believes that this guy coming in from an outside of another town wanting to learn about the town is more plausible for what they were going through. And the fact is, in this one, they had Mike was being homeschooled due to what was happening at the school, actually, with the racist people in the town. So Mike was just being homeschooled for his own protection. Now, moving right along, you see they might be making more changes into the script in part 2, just to throw people off, because one character that you see in the original ended up committing suicide and coming back to face it again. And when they go back to fight it as an adult, and they made a pledge to do so, he would just take his own life rather than go back and face it again. Then you have another character that died in the film trying to fight it and end up being killed by it. Now, that's the character you always see who had the asthma, who eventually became very brave and was normally sick. Now, will that be the same character? I'm told that might switch, and that it might kill more than just two characters, or that character who might die might switch, and it might be misdirection just to throw people off, because the actual movie script is different from the television series. And they said, don't hold yourself to all the ideals of the miniseries, because this is made for film. What was good for a miniseries might not be good for a film. So, like having Ben kiss the girl and bring her out of the deadlights. I don't think that was great for film. I thought that was a bit undermining of the power of the deadlight. He had to basically ride her around town and get her adrenaline going near death to like bring her back out of her trance. But that's about it right now. So they are making some changes to the film. They haven't started shooting yet. Shooting doesn't start until sometime at the beginning of next year. They're going to start shooting some of the scenes and getting ready for It Chapter 2. I'm out.